Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, I want to share some thoughts that I picked up and were inspired by Max Lucado in his book, Glory Days. But do you ever feel like you need protection? Yeah. So in Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10, it says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." That's an awesome promise from God that we don't have to fear that He's with us. It only really does us a lot of good if we believe it. If you don't believe that God's with you, He can be right there, but if you don't believe that He's right there, you just live in fear. So there's this guy, by the young guy, 13 years old. His name is Nadine Curry. And 5'2", soaking wet, maybe weighed 100 pounds. Well, there were some guys who were a lot larger than him, and there were 7 of them. They beat the snot out of him. For 30 minutes, they hit, kicked, and beat him. He never had a chance. 7-on-1. I mean, what kind of losers? Then they drag him through the snow. They stuffed him up in a tree and suspended him on a 7-foot wrought iron fence. I don't even understand all the details, but that's just wrong, right? And do you ever feel like you're getting kicked around spiritually? You've got spiritual enemies. I heard a friend of mine preaching lately, and you know what he said? He said, the devil's actually afraid of us. We don't realize that fear is a part of his kingdom. It's not a part of God's kingdom. But he's afraid of God, and he's afraid of the God who dwells within you. It's a good thing to remember. So Curry survived the attack, and probably nothing more would have happened to this whole thing. It would have likely faced more stuff from these same bullies, except one of these knuckle-headed bullies took a videotape of it on his phone and posted it on YouTube. Just a reminder that we have a spiritual enemy that sometimes just overreacts to things, okay, if you want to take and spiritualize that. So the 7 guys landed in jail, and the story hits the papers. Well, one of the producers on the nationwide TV show called The View, you've probably heard about it, read the account, and he invited Curry to appear on The View. And so Curry comes out there, 5'2", and they played the video of the assault. I can't believe they did that. They did. And Curry, his lips quivering as they show it. And as the video ended, the curtain opened, and 3 big dudes come walking out. 3 members of the Philadelphia Eagles. How cool is that? And he's a huge Eagles fan. I mean, it wouldn't be as big of a thrill for us, and we won't talk about the Chicago football team right now. That's a whole other story. But Curry was a huge fan. So he's got this big smile. And one of them, the guy in the middle, was all-pro receiver at the time, DeSean Jackson. And Jackson took a seat right next to him. And he just promised. He just says to Curry, he says, anytime you need us. And he's got 2, I think they were offensive linemen with him. Guys that are like 340 pounds. Just huge humanoids, okay? And then he said, I've got these 2 linemen right here. You call anytime. And then in front, on national TV, he gives the kid his cell phone number. I don't think he read it out loud, but he gave Curry his phone number. Wouldn't you like that kind of protection? Do you think you don't have that kind of protection? That's what the Bible's trying to tell us. May I suggest to you that God is even stronger than DeSean Jackson and 2 offensive linemen. It's not a fair fight between our God and our spiritual enemy. Be encouraged today. And God doesn't just give you His cell phone number. He gives you His Spirit. Man, it is so... The news that the Bible tells us is so good. I hope you can wrap your heart and mind around it. God bless you. Have a great day.